Let's talk about a word you probably use, I don't know, a dozen times a day. A word that basically runs our entire modern world, data. But what if I told you that where that word comes from is the complete opposite of how we use it today? I mean, think about it. We're drowning in data, right? It's everywhere. We all kind of know what it is. It's information, numbers, the stuff that makes our apps work. But is that really the whole story? Or is there something deeper, something we're all kind of missing about its true nature?
Okay, so let's start with the basics, the dictionary definition. Data is a collection of facts, values, or observations that we use to figure things out and make decisions. This is our starting point. It's clean, simple, but trust me, it is not where this story ends. And, we see this stuff all over the place. The numbers you see in a spreadsheet, the text in an email, the photos you scroll past, even the signals coming from your smartwatch. It all gets lumped together under this one giant umbrella, data. But to really get what data is, we have to go back. I mean, way back. Back to its ancient roots, where the word meant something totally different, and frankly, a whole lot more interesting. So, here it is, the big clue. The word data is actually the plural of a Latin word, datum. And datum means something given. It comes from the verb dare, which means to give. This one idea is the key to the whole thing. Think about what that really means for a second. Originally, data wasn't something you went out and chased down. It was a starting point. If you're a philosopher, it was an accepted truth. If you're a mathematician, it was a value you were given to solve a problem. It was passive. It was just there, a foundation you could build on. But of course, language doesn't stand still. And the meaning of data has been on one heck of a journey, changing in huge ways as our world got more complicated and, well, more digital. You can really see it shift over time. Back in the 1600s, it was still all about these assumed facts for philosophical arguments. But then you get to the 1800s, statistics becomes a big deal. And suddenly data means numbers you actively go out and collect from the world. And then the 20th century hit. And boom, the computer age just completely blew up the definition. Data wasn't just numbers anymore. It became anything. Any little piece of information that you could possibly store, send, or process with a machine. And that right there is the foundation of the world we're all living in right now. Okay, but here comes the big twist. This is the part of the story that's going to change how you look at every single chart, every statistic, and every algorithm you see from now on. So let's just stop and think about this for a sec. If data is now something we actively collect, with surveys and sensors and by tracking clicks, can we really keep calling it something given? The original meaning just doesn't fit anymore, does it? And this has led some thinkers to argue that we're using the wrong word entirely. Maybe what we should be saying is capere. It comes from another Latin verb, capere, which means to take. See the difference? We've gone from a world of datum, things that are given to us, to a world of capta, things that we actively go out and take. It's a huge shift from being passive to being active. And believe me, this isn't just playing with words. This has massive, real-world consequences. Because the second you take something instead of just receiving it, you introduce a point of view. The very act of collecting information, what questions you decide to ask, what things you choose to measure, what you totally ignore, all of that shapes the information itself. So data isn't some perfect objective mirror of the world. It's more like a snapshot taken from one specific angle. So let's put all the pieces together. Let's really map out this incredible journey from a passive, given fact to this active, constructed thing that powers our entire world. So yeah, we started way back with something given, then it became assumed facts for philosophers, then it morphed into real-world observations for statisticians, and finally it landed where we are now, basically any processable information in our digital world. It's a story of data becoming more and more intentional. And that's really the big takeaway here. In the past, data was passive. It was your starting point. Today, data is fundamentally active. It's something we build, we shape, we collect, and we use to make some of the biggest decisions. So why does any of this matter? Well, because if you really want to understand the modern world, we're talking AI, machine learning, analytics, the whole shebang, you have to start right here. You've got to understand that the data that's fueling all these powerful systems isn't just some neutral reflection of reality. It was collected. It was taken. So I'll just leave you with this. The next time you see a statistic or a chart or get a recommendation from an AI, remember its true nature. It wasn't just given,
It was taken. And knowing that, what are you going to question next?